Hey everybody, I'm live. Everything looks good, so I'm just gonna barrel right through. I'm gonna try to keep this one up for everybody to watch because it kind of, I don't know, it kind of is something that could be rewatched later. I meant to do this the day they went up, but it has been a nightmare of a week, and that kind of affects my decision on pre-ordering, by the way. We'll get to that in a little bit. First of all, we got Pez here, Rock and Rolla, Rikaku, Hidden Meadow Music from the Bahamas is here. Still would rather be, I wouldn't mind being there, but go outside or something. There's got to be something better to see than me, but it's probably dark over there. Riley's here. Todd's here. The Wicked Arcade. All right. I'm just going to get right into it. It's actually already too late to pre-order from Target, but Target's pre-orders went up and it looks like they're already gone. Like right as I started to do this, I noticed that they were gone. Hey Arthur, how's it going? So, I mean, we all know what it looks like. The Killer Instinct cabinet. Oh, let's look at that really quick. Let me zoom in on that. The stool. We may have seen the stool before, but here it is. It came out for pre-order on Target's website. Not a huge surprise. It was $749. You guys probably know all this by now. The question, as the thumbnail and title suggested, was, am I pre-ordering it and are you pre-ordering it? I'll go ahead and tell you guys first, I did not pre-order it, and that's for a number of reasons. It's kind of like timing is just lined up horribly to pre-order this thing or even consider buying it. The number one problem so far is, and it's not really a problem, it's something I'm excited about, I'm lined up to buy Retro Ralph's Killer Instinct, and as soon as he's done with it, he's going to give me a price, and I'm going to, most likely say, absolutely, yes, I'll take it. And it looks like instead of me going all the way there to get it, I'm leaning towards having it shipped. And that is $450 on its own. So depending on how much he wants to charge for it, I'll have to decide how I want to do it. But ultimately, it's going to probably come out same price. Either I have to drive all the way there, which I'd love to do. I'd love to drive there. I'd love to make a little adventure out of it. But it may make more sense to stay home and just have it delivered right to my door. That's problem number one. I refuse to sacrifice buying the real Killer Instinct to buy the arcade one-up Killer Instinct. I've already got one right here. There's no real difference other than online play. Moving forward, another issue I had was this week has been terrible, like I said. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I never like to say it's been terrible because as soon as you complain too much about things that aren't really that bad, it gets worse, I've always found. And I've had some really bad times. So, first off, if you guys were watching my live stream recently, you'll know that my cat was throwing up everywhere. Not a big deal. It wasn't actually on the stream. I just mentioned it. She's old. She's 17. She's going to be 18, and she's probably 17 in like 7 or 8 months by now. She's fine now. She's over there, but we had to take her to the vet, and that's never cheap. Turns out she's like shedding so much that I guess she's ingesting a ton of hair, and she's not processing it properly. So now we're having to feed her this medicine, and I'm sorry. Lady Cag is feeding her the medicine. I could never get away with doing that to her, and it's awful. But, she's getting better, not throwing up all the time anymore. That's good, but it costs money, which I'm fine with. I made a commitment to the cat when we got the cat. I'm not going to blow her off and treat her like, she's a living thing. I would go without something to make sure she was okay. You guys can make fun of me if you want. But anyway, so the cat costs a bunch of money. I was like, all right, it's not that big a deal. Maybe I could still get the KI, both Killer Instincts. I know it's insane. I'm going to have 3 KI cabinets if I go that route. But anyway, so that happened. And then yesterday, my wife was taking care of my parents' house while, they've been out of town, meaning we're running the business completely. And it's been no fun. So just to keep it short, she had to run and take her to the vet. And we had to miss a bunch of stuff and work-wise. And then my wife's taking care of their pool and accidentally drops her phone in the pool. That's not really a big deal because these modern phones are pretty much all waterproof. It's happened before. She was like, oh crap. So she went and got it out pretty quickly. Whoops, the phone is not working anymore. And you guys know how much phones are nowadays, and we don't really buy cheap ones because, we use them so much. You gotta have a good phone. So that's like another $1,200 easily. The biggest problem is we can't really find one. I guess COVID is affecting everything, the supply chain, of course. I'm sure her new iPhone is sitting somewhere in the bay and on a ship in the Pacific or whatever, waiting to come in, and she may have to wait until November. We finally did find her one to get her by, so I had to buy her one. It's been annoying. So there goes a bunch of money this week. So then when $750 for this thing pops up, I have to say, I don't know about that. That is a decent looking cabinet. I still don't like this lip right here on the control deck. I don't care about the deck being lit up. In fact, I don't want it lit up. I would probably snip the wire if I couldn't turn it off. What else was there on this one? Let me see really quick. I saw the features list. It's all stuff that's like, I don't know if they're artificially, just going crazy with this one to raise the price because maybe the hardware is actually more expensive. It's got the molded coin door, whatever. You can always add this stuff later using Retro530. He's got a website now. It is, I think, retro530.com. Laramie, he makes all this stuff. You can just put it on later, which I would prefer personally. So that leads me to another thing. We've got the light up deck. Don't care. I do care about the Wi-Fi. That's pretty much the only thing I care about in this package deal. Stool, throw that stool out the window. It's too thin. I don't care if it says Killer Instinct. I don't really like those stools very much. 5 games in one. Again, I'm probably only going to play one of those games. So this isn't really for me, I don't think. As someone who's already got a modded Killer Instinct and maybe buying a real one, it's not really for me other than the online play, and that makes me think of this. So here, this was posted by 19K Fox. I hope I did not butcher his name. I know I've seen it before, and all of a sudden, I don't know, it's up there in the top corner. I think it's 19K Fox. I don't know where he got this information, but it has different prices. Let me just see if I can make this bigger, too. There we go. Oh, Lady Keg's having a ball in there on her little chat. Hopefully you can't hear her laughing. So these have different, I guess these would be model numbers. I don't know. This one, $529, these two cabinets being $529 is cool, but see, this price is kind of wrong, so I don't know where he got this price. I think it is $699 for Tron, but $750 for KI. So I don't know if his pricing's accurate there or where he got this information. Maybe somebody can say something in the chat. But at $529, I could strongly consider getting this thing. Again, why would it... I really don't know what they could remove from this that would make it over $200 cheaper, but we'll see. I have a feeling if this is accurate, maybe it's going to be more like $550 or $575, maybe even $700 or $600 versus $750. But $600 is the absolute cutoff for me, in my opinion, unless I just have a ton of money all of a sudden, which that doesn't look like it's going to happen with the way things have been going. So I don't know. I want to hear what you guys think. I would strongly consider it $529. I don't care if they don't even put a light up marquee. I would like a riser. Just give me the cabinet, give me the riser, give me the online play, and then that's good. I want to hear what you guys think. One of the huge concerns I do have is B Kong of Kongs R Us was complaining about how the Street Fighter Big Blue lobbies are empty already, and that makes me wonder. People are going to start getting beat up on these games really quickly. New players to KI are going to run into guys like me who play all the time, and they're going to get stomped, and they're going to be like, well, I'll play a few more, and then I'm going to be kind of annoyed, and I'm not going to go back. That's my fear with this cabinet. It looks good. I like the tilted screen, but I don't know. Nothing about it is like urging me to buy it other than to play with you guys. That's my only thing. So let me catch up with the chat. Oh, D's Games is here. I'm still waiting to put that deck on the Killer Instinct. It's the last step. Finally got the art right. Just no time to do it so far. Rikaku. Oh, Ted Berry. Let me get that one first. You're thinking, Ted Berry, you're going to wait to pre-order KI. I am too. If you look at the website here, we can pre-order on Arcade 1UP starting November 10th. And so far, I think the date that was listed was, what, January 15th, I think? I think I got that right. I'm just going off memory. So we could wait a little bit and see. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what Arcade 1UP's going to charge. It does say free shipping is here at the top, thankfully, because I'm not paying shipping at that point. But anyway, let me get back to the chat here. So Rikaku asks, still no word on your light guns. I assume you're talking about send-in light guns. I didn't want to get too off topic in this stream, but I got an update saying that they're ready, or I think they're ready. My batch has been completed according to the update. I checked the mail today. There was a package in that little parcel box. I was excited. It wasn't them. It was something the wife ordered. So I don't know when they're coming, if they're coming. It'll be a year after Thanksgiving that I ordered them, but we'll see. Yeah, Todd, a little bit of bad luck. But once again, I don't want to complain about the bad luck just because, like I said, I've had really tough times in the past. Like when Lady Cag got diagnosed with cancer, that was awful. I was like, this is the worst thing I can think of. Worst thing that's ever happened to me and her, of course. So I try to remember that when I get down about stupid stuff. The cat never needs to go to the vet. She had to go to the vet. Costs a little bit of money. I love the cat, so she's like our kid in a way, so no big deal. The phone, it was over 2 years old. They seem to never last more than 2 years. Anyway, I've learned a lesson though. We'll get that little small lesson I figured out that I'll fix next time. Um, the biggest problem is just COVID. Like COVID messed everything up, ruined the world. I feel like, in a very mediocre way, but it just kind of messed up so much stuff. Like you cannot get a phone right now. It's very hard. You have to hunt for it. You have to go all over the place. Anyway, moving on. Where was it? Hey, Panic Flip Gaming. Redeemer is here also. I imagine the licensing costs them more on KI, and that could be a factor. Possibly because of Microsoft and then Rare. I don't know who gets paid what. And I think what really boosted the cost has got to be the hardware. That's one of the really big reasons I do want to see this thing, just not just the Wi-Fi play. I want to dig inside of this cabinet. I want to see what processor it's running. If it's on a board, like the typical tiny arcade one-up board, I'm going to be pretty impressed. I have a feeling it's going to be on a slightly larger board, maybe if anything, a higher-end processor. I'll bet there's going to be a fan. I'd be very surprised they try to run this game without a fan. Oh, and one other thing. I was talking to my friend Daniel, the guy who made my Mortal Kombat back there, MK4 cabinet, and he made it and I bought it from him. He was saying, why haven't we seen this thing running? And I'm thinking, yeah, you're right. Why haven't we seen it running? They have never showed anything of this other than these photos of it. And it popped up in the back of that CNET video. These little things worry me a lot because I don't think they're going to release it and have it be crappy, but there's a possibility that they could have it be kind of mediocre emulation-wise. Now, Code Mystics is great. I don't think that's going to be the case, but there's still a chance it could happen, and I want to see a video of this thing running and showing the gameplay. Like, why can't they just take a few minutes, do a live stream from the office, or just record a video? Like, here's Killer Instinct. This is how well it runs. Look what we've done. We've done what seemed to be impossible just a year ago, or well, I guess a little more than a year ago because they announced it a year ago. We always said it would never happen or it wouldn't happen anytime soon, and here they are releasing Killer Instinct, but we've never seen it running. All right, moving on. Where was it? Panic Flip Gaming 17-inch LCD for $750, fail. Yeah, I don't know when they're ever going to be able to upgrade those screen sizes. I've always said I hope they can get with the Chinese manufacturers, and now is probably not a good time to try to get them to do something different, but maybe they can get them to start making bigger monitors. I would love that. But I gotta be really honest too, I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm at the end of my arcade one-up era. Like, I've got all the cabinets that I really, really wanted to make, and now I'm just like focused heavily on trying to find real cabinets, even though I don't have any room for them. But doesn't mean I'll stop talking about Arcade 1-Up. I'll keep messing with these. Who knows? Maybe another mods in the future. But as of now, I can't see myself buying another Arcade 1-Up unless it's Killer Instinct, possibly. Who knows, though? They could release something that shocks me and looks cool, and I may want to buy it. Riley, it feels like an arm and a leg, definitely. Laramie Griffith, retro530.com. Is that right, Laramie? I hope I got that right. Go check it out. I love his store. I love the marquees, by the way, and hopefully, so let's see, Walmart Legacy line at $529, no stool, no lit marquee, no lit control panel. I'm okay with all of that, Laramie, because if I need a lit marquee bad enough, which I don't know that I really will care that much, I'll get it from you. No big deal. And it'll look better, in my opinion. For one, it'll have the Nintendo logo. That's going to look cool. By the way, wow, that reminded me. Hold on one second. I got to try to get my video that I have on here. Oh, no, I lost it. So I don't think I'll be able to dig it up this quickly, but Code Mystics released what looks like an animation of the Arcade 1-Up logo with like that swipe effect of light behind it. There's no way I'm going to be able to pull it up, unfortunately, right now. But, oh wait, sorry. I hate doing this stuff live. It's probably terrible if you're watching this later, but I do apologize. Remember, I texted it to somebody, so I can download it from there and I can show it on the camera, or on the screen. So, this, I think they're replacing, they obviously have to remove the Nintendo logos. I'm all over the place, by the way. They obviously have to remove those Nintendo logos, and they tease something, which, let me see if I can get some sound on here for you guys. Hopefully it's not ridiculously loud. We'll try it kind of low first. This is a screen recording of Code Mystic's Twitter feed. Here we go. Or not. It's kind of low. Let me let it run again. So you KI fans will recognize that. I'm going to turn the volume back down and just let it go. You guys will recognize that as the KI2 attract mode. As the game's getting going, it starts off, shows Rare, Nintendo presents Killer Instinct 2. I think they're replacing the Nintendo scene with that scene is what I'd imagine. And I also think they're going to replace the available for your home in 1995 only on Nintendo Ultra 64 with something similar. But I don't know what. This is all they've shown as far as I know so far, and I just grabbed that really quickly yesterday when they tweeted it out. So that's kind of cool. I don't like when you go messing with these old games, but when you're going to have to remove something and it's going to throw off the entire attract mode, the attract mode timing with the music gets off a little when they do that. So I kind of like that they did that, assuming that's what they actually did. Okay. Wicked Arcade. We got to put together a GoFundMe for the cab you are getting from Ralph to show the fan support for the channel. I appreciate that idea. I would never ask anyone to do that, by the way, and I'm not here rattling the can like, oh, please feel bad for me. I had to take a cat to the vet. I had to buy a new phone. Oh, Lord, help me. I didn't really plan to pre-order this thing anyway because I just figured $750 is too much. Even if someone said, hey, I'll buy you the cabinet at $750, I would be like, I don't think I can accept your money for $750. As much as I want to try it, I still feel like that's overpriced. That's my opinion. I know some of you guys are just dying to have this, and maybe you never were able to build your own like I did, which is fine. I get it. I'm not judging anyone for ordering it. Still, I don't think anyone in the chat has said they pre-ordered it, though. I'm interested to hear if any of you did. Oh, Dreamcast Kyle, you just want the stool. I just saw Dreamcast Kyle's video. Where was it? Let me see if I can... I mean, I'm not going to play your video, but I just saw it when I was... That's the wrong account. Oh, well. Oh, Lord, you guys are going to see all my other accounts. I actually have a hot tub. Why am I zooming in on my own video? There it is. Dreamcast Kyle. Arcade game pickup, Killer Instinct. Go check out Dreamcast Kyle's channel. I haven't seen this yet. I just got home and started putting all this together, and I realized, oh God, I've got to watch this. He got him a beautiful Killer Instinct cabinet. I am so jealous, but hopefully I'll be able to get one myself here soon. I better not show everything I watch. That's weird. Okay. Where was I? But yeah, Kyle, the stool would look cool with the cabinet. Maybe I'll find a way to get the stool eventually. I never thought about using it for in the garage when I hopefully get a Killer Instinct. But you're right. I only have this one stool here. Maybe I do want the stool after all. Oh no. Okay, I'm going to keep trying to get through this and not make this way too long. Panic Flip. They need to give the players more for that kind of money. I have always said that they will continue, or I've always said that and will continue to say it. These things are as much as a full-size cabinet in some cases. They really are getting high-priced. They can blame the pandemic like everyone else, and they may have obviously some reasons for that, and I still think the hardware's got to be boosting the price a little bit. There's got to be some crazy hardware under that thing to run Killer Instinct. Let's see. Todd, do you think it's not unreasonable to see gameplay? I agree. Show us some gameplay. Oh, okay, so hold on. Proxed over the Mortal Kombat Legacy cabinet was a huge bummer. You can't save the unlocked characters. Yeah. So this doesn't... I mean, I don't think they're going to release this Legacy style. I think they're going to release it as they said they were. It may have some Legacy-looking features, but yeah, that was a huge mistake, I think. I get a lot of comments on why can't I save the stuff you told me how to unlock, and it's like, you just can't on the Legacy. I don't know why. Okay. Hey, Don Chafee. Is that right? I think I said it right this time. Rock and Roll, I'm not playing any games tonight. I'm totally beat. I did play like one or two after I got all the cameras set up. I'm just dead tired right now. I started regretting setting up the stream because I had a terrible headache right after I set it up. I was like, oh, it got kind of sweaty and felt really weird. So it's just, I think it's time to just relax. Maybe tomorrow night I'll jump on and stream. I think Lady Cag's going to be out, but I may have something going on. We'll see. Riley, you just subbed to Kyle's channel. Good. Kyle makes some good stuff. He's been buying some pretty cool arcade games lately, too. I don't know how he's getting them down those stairs. I don't know if that's in the video or not. I understand if you didn't record that, because that's crazy. Okay, Todd, you wanted to pre-order it. No job right now, so you need to wait. There you go. Yeah, it's kind of... They're asking a lot. I mean, they're asking a lot of people during a tough time for some. Now, for someone like me, where business is insane, it doesn't really mean I get paid a whole lot more. I get paid basically the same. I don't own the business yet, so, I mean, I'm taken care of, and I'll bet if I went whining to my mom like I'm Oh my God, that would be just like when I was a kid when the Super Nintendo and the Killer Instinct bundle came out and I didn't have a Super Nintendo. I was like, man, I sure would like to have some Killer Instinct. It'd be the exact same. She'd probably laugh like crazy, but I would never, I'm not going to go ask my parents for money to buy a stupid little arcade cabinet. I reserve that for like if a Killer Instinct popped up and I did not have the cash on hand, like, let me pay you back. Just, you pay my checks, or you write the checks for my business, whatever, you pay my paycheck basically and just take it out of that. But anyway, that would be kind of hilarious though to go to her. I wouldn't even do it as a joke because I don't want my mom or dad to think I was being serious, but that'd be hilarious being 30, almost 38 years old and be like, gee, I sure would like this Killer Instinct again. Funny story, real quick story. The only reason I got the Super Nintendo Killer Instinct, I didn't bug my parents for much because they gave me like, I was kind of a spoiled kid. I was an only child. My parents did well at the time. I got pretty much everything I wanted. I had 2 TVs in my bedroom when I was a kid. One for gaming, one for TV, or one for 2 games on 2 separate consoles. So I never complained. But where was I going? Oh, funny story. So I had this kind of snotty friend who was always a one-upper. Like, not an arcade one-upper, just a one-upper. He was like, oh, I'm getting that. I'm getting the Killer Instinct Super Nintendo. My mom's buying it for me. And we took him on vacation. He kept bragging and bragging and bragging. I'm sitting in the back seat, and at some point I'm like, good Lord, shut up already. Okay, you're going to get it. I'll come over and play it. Whatever. I'm not getting it. I understand you're better than me. My mom got so annoyed on that ride home. As soon as we booted him out the car at his house, she turned around and was like, you want to go get that? Because I don't want to hear this anymore. I was like, oh, sure. Nope, I'm not going to argue. I guess because I was being good and wasn't whining about it or anything, she was just like, here, we'll just go get it for you. And he never got the thing, so I still feel pretty good about that. I hope he doesn't see this. I don't even know what happened to him anymore. But anyway, all right, I think things are winding down here. Unless you guys have anything good to say or good questions or whatever, please let me know. Terry, did I have fun on my tour? So I went all over the country, not all over the country, all over like the center of the country. I just released a video today showing an arcade tour of an arcade called Up Down in Des Moines, Iowa. The initial part is me just walking through it. The second part is me walking through it again on video, pausing the video and talking about the games. They had a pretty cool game selection. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, check it out. That I almost didn't want to stream today because I don't want to step on that video. I hate releasing 2 things in one day because one thing gets forgotten. Okay, I don't see much else coming in. Let me see D's games. I just have to order my side panel graphics for his real KI. Dwayne just got a real KI too. I wanted to find that clip on King of the Hill where Bobby is trying to kill a deer too. Like all his friends get to, go hunting and kill a deer. He's like, it's like Christmas out here. Everyone has a deer but me. That's how I was feeling a little bit about the Killer Instinct. Like Kyle gets one, Dwayne gets one. I'm just like, hey, everyone's getting a Killer Instinct but me. But, things happen. I couldn't think how to find the clip, or I would have as a joke. Andrew Briggs, I wanted this so bad. This was my game as a kid in arcades. I just don't understand what 1UP is doing. Maybe we'll understand more when we see inside of this thing. Maybe this is the initial pre-order, like Target had some special deal. You get the first pre-order bids. You get to charge a little bit more to make your money back. Maybe they're going to come out cheaper elsewhere. Maybe it'll come out $6.99 on arcade1up.com. Maybe Walmart will get a version that's under $600. We'll see. I wouldn't hold your breath, though. I don't know what's going to happen. And I hate how they make these now where they're limited runs, so if you don't get it, you may not get it. Let's see. All right. Well, thank you, Todd. I see that. Oh, Proxidova, King of... I know, you're right. I should have gone there, but I wasn't sure how... I don't know if I can capture from that. But anyway, I should have done more research. I've watched it probably 50 times already on Hulu. I drove Lady Cag completely insane. She hates hearing it now. She's like, oh my God, not again. Ted Berry, would you... I am like you and like to see gameplay on it. And what games come with it? That's a good point. I always gloss over this because I just don't care that much. So, and this is kind of a weird one, by the way. It comes with, of course, Killer Instinct 1 and 2. That's no surprise. Battletoads Arcade, also no big surprise. Here's where it gets interesting. Battletoads 8-bit and 16-bit. These are console games. This is like, as far as I know, the first ever console games that have ever been put on an arcade 1UP cabinet. And I don't know how I feel about that. Sure, it's extra and it's no big deal, but I don't like them starting to dip into the, hey, let's put console games on these cabinets. I don't know why it bothers me, but I don't want to start seeing arcade 1UPs with like 15 console games and maybe 1 arcade game. Anything else? Oh, thank you, Dreamcast Kyle. You're learning KI strategies from Master Kag. So I do have a few tutorials. I need to put together a playlist. I need to get some more out as this this cabinet's coming. People are going to need help, and I want to be helpful. I've always wanted to be helpful, even back when I had my KI fan site, and I was helpful there, thankfully, and lots of people were helpful too in the forums and would share a lot of information. But I want to try to do those. Those videos are so hard to put together. You don't realize how difficult it is to tell someone to do a combo until you're trying to actually recreate it all, type it all out, and then try to say it, do it, and record it all at once. It's like a weird, my brain starts to melt and fall out of my ears, and then I got to edit together, and it's like I just feel like my eyes are going cross when I make those. But a lot of people have been appreciative of them, so like, okay, I've got to do it. We'll see. Actually, one of the things I did play today, I played some KI as Glacius, to see if I can maybe do a quick video on him. I don't know a ton with him. I can get you by with a few combos, a few tricky combos that are short but do a lot of damage. Things like that. Don Chafee, you do not like our console games on an arcade cabinet. I agree. Okay, so I think we're winding down here. Rock and Roll, you looked up a video on Galloping Ghost Arcade. It's big with lots of games. It sure is. I'm going to get there. I'm going to do a whole video on that place. It may have to be... That place is so big, I may have to break it into like a couple videos, like game 100 to 250, and then the next video is 250 to 500 or whatever. There's so many games in that place. I think last I looked, about 830 something arcade games are in that building. It's just nuts. If there was a fire there, I don't even if they had fire suppression, like it's probably going to ruin the games anyway. It'd just be devastating. I hope it never happens. Laramie, you will be updating the KI marquee. Good. Yeah, because even if theirs comes out with a KI one, like I like our Star Wars marquee, it's still stock, but still it's not quite as nice as like these. The Killer Instinct I got from Laramie, that's retro530.com. I hope I'm right. That's his store. That's got to be the top-notch marquee. I also got an MK2 one back there, but you can't really see them. You can't see either of them very well currently. Those are great, so look out for that if you don't like the one that comes with it. Okay. The Real, you're upset they didn't include Double Dragon. Wasn't that was like a rumor, right? That was coming, or maybe they accidentally let that slip once, and I guess it didn't happen. Okay, and one last, I'm going to mention this because I don't think I even talked about this. All Chad, I maybe would go for Ridge Racer if it had online play, not just leaderboards. Yeah, I forgot to even think about Ridge Racer. I think that's a stand-up cabinet, right? I don't think they've talked about a sit-down. What I'm really waiting for is a real sit-down cabinet from them. I'd pay maybe $750 for one of those, but see, even if they released a sit-down racer, that thing's gonna have to be sturdy to hold adult-sized dudes, like ranging from any weight. You could be, some of these guys could be up to 400 pounds. You never know, and sitting on that thing, it may not go so well, but we'll see. Zach is here. You're late. And no, I have not pre-ordered yet. I don't know that I will. You have to go back and watch the beginning. I've had a tough week financially. Had to spend a bunch of money, but we'll see. I don't know. If they come out with one cheaper than $750, that's when I'll consider it. And maybe by then, hopefully by then, I'll know how much I need to spend on Ralph's KI. I'm not trying to rush you, Ralph. If you see this, don't worry about it. I'm almost certain I'm buying it, by the way, so don't worry. Unless you charge something crazy that I just can't do at the time. But I don't know if I can pass this up. I have somebody who's willing to not only work with me on shipping, but they're going to hold it for me. Like, that's the biggest problem. I find these things all over the country. If I message a person on Facebook, they don't know who I am. Facebook Messenger, hey, you mind if someone comes and picks this up, a shipping company, and I'll pay you through some payment app. Who knows, I might scam you and run off with your money. People aren't going to do that. They're just not. So this is my best chance, I think, of finding one, unless one pops up locally. Okay. I think I'm going to wrap it up. We've already gone 31 minutes. This is way too long if we're going to keep this up for people to watch later. Look out for tomorrow. I may have a live stream. Or you know what I'll do? Hold on. Because you guys may have some more questions. I'm going to wrap this up for later viewers. So if you guys are watching this later, please consider subscribing for more. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment letting me know if you're actually going to pre-order this thing, or if you have pre-ordered it, and how do you feel about the price? I mean, do you feel kind of gross that you pre-ordered it, or do you just like, I don't care, I want this thing? So let me know in the comments. I'm going to end it here for you guys watching this later. I'll edit the rest of this out on YouTube, and thanks for watching.